Hello, I'm Caroline, and I'm the Director of Finance and Support Services at Tigon Games. As coaches, we will inevitably encounter ethical issues within our coaching practice. It could be through value clashes with the coachee, or situations where the coachee or their organisation might be at risk from the actions of another, or issues regarding confidentiality, etc. This video is about ethical decision-making, to understand the steps involved and how they can help us to help others with ethical dilemmas. An article by Conley and Barnett outlines these steps in ethical decision-making. Firstly, recognizing that there is an ethical issue, then forming some sort of impression or judgment about the rightness and wrongness of the issue. Then deciding what one is going to do, the ethical intent, before finally engaging in some sort of behaviour in regard to the ethical dilemma. Although their research has shown that this sequence is generally followed, the authors point out that various situational factors, such as peer group members, managers, and the organisational culture, etc., may influence the person at any stage. This can lead to the person behaving in a manner that is not consistent with their original judgments or intentions. This video is about Alex, the Chief Executive of Tigon Games, and who is my younger sister, and the ethical issues that she faced, that were actually caused by me. We had already made great strides with our green policy, and I thought it was time to unveil my proposals for Phase 2. It was clear from Alex's reaction that she was not quite as excited about it as I was, mainly because she thought it would cause significant unrest within the organisation. Alex recognised that it had triggered a level of moral intensity within her. The draft proposal was sent to board members. Ron, the legal director, sought her out to express his concerns in no uncertain terms. Similarly, sales director Nicholas did not pull any punches either when telling her that this policy was too radical. Alex realised that she needed to make a judgment on the rights of the issue. She told me later that this was hard, because on one hand she wanted to support me in my quest to make Tigon green, but on the other hand she did not want to trigger further unrest amongst our organisation. Alex spoke with Fiona, the director of IT, who also said that the policy would not prove popular at this time, and as a result Alex made a moral judgment that she would stabilise the organisation and postpone the implementation of future green strategies until the organisation had settled down. Having made this moral judgment, her ethical intent was to recommend this approach to the board, and this she carried out. Needless to say, I was unable to convince the rest of the board of the merits in my policy. I was spitting feathers, and Alex and I had a few harsh words as a result. Alex wandered past the data centre and overheard Lizzie, Ollie and John discussing green issues. Some of our longest-serving team members work in the data centre, and they are considered to be a good barometer of morale within the organisation. Alex was surprised by how much they cared about the planet and some of the sacrifices they would make as individuals to reduce their carbon footprint. This made Alex challenge her assumption that the staff would be unhappy about the green policy. After reading reports on Greenland, Alex realised that the planet was in a worse pickle than she thought. She began to take the view that perhaps our company should play its part now rather than stand back. This triggered another moral issue. Should she unpick the collective decision that the board had made? She is someone whose word is their bond. Might others think she was untrustworthy as a result? Alex spoke with Anna, chair of the board and our mum. Alex made the judgment to implement the new policy and had the intent to call a special board meeting to discuss, at which she would support implementation of the green policy. Despite the outrage of certain board members in advance of the meeting, the board decided to endorse the policy. Alex later told me that she would never have dreamed of making this recommendation. And finally, how might we deal with ethical issues in our own coaching practice, whether they be our own issues, the coachees, or the organisation's? This model can be particularly useful in unpacking what is going on at each step in the process, particularly who or what else is influencing their decision-making. And finally, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, improvements, etc., then do get in touch. We are very happy to help.